Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael Myers is often regarded as one of the worst films of the entire Halloween franchise. With the success of Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers was quickly rushed into production. The film did not capitalize on the shock ending of Halloween 4 and was the lowest grossing Halloween movie to date. Halloween 5 introduced the thorn symbol on Michael's wrist and the Man in Black character, who was added halfway through filming, leaving Halloween 6 with the tall task of taking the loose ends from Halloween 5 and making sense of them. Michael and Jamie have been missing for 6 years, and both are presumed dead, much to the relief of Michael's former psychiatrist, Dr. Samuel Loomis, who has retired. Jamie has actually been kidnapped and impregnated by the Cult of Thorn, a cult oriented around Michael. The boy that Laurie Strode was babysitting on Halloween night 1978, Tommy Doyle, has now grown up and is obsessed with finding out the source of Michael's evil. George P. Wilbur is back as Michael, donning a new and much better mask than the previous film. This is one of my favorite Michaels. He is brutal and delivers some of the best kills of the entire series. Donald Pleasance returns as Dr. Loomis, and his performance is different this time around. The introduction of Loomis in Halloween 6 is unlike the rest of the series. He isn't ranting or warning people about Michael. Loomis has retired, and he is living in a country cabin on the outskirts of Haddonfield. He has buried the ghost by writing a memoir about his encounters with Michael. At this point, Loomis is an old man who is done. He is ready to live the rest of his remaining years in some degree of peace. Until one stormy night when Loomis hears Jamie's voice on the radio. Loomis is thrust back into old habits and answers the call to arms without hesitation. This is one of my favorite performances from Donald Pleasance. He was able to play several different aspects of the character that he had never really been given the chance to explore before. Halloween 6 has some of my favorite quotes from Dr. Loomis.
His rage!
Paul Rudd plays a grown-up Tommy Doyle, who has never been the same after the Halloween night of '78. He is a very disturbed individual who is obsessed with Michael. No offense to Brian Andrews or Anthony Michael Evil Dies Tonight Hall, but this is my favorite portrayal of Tommy Doyle. I think he would have been a worthy successor to Dr. Loomis. Unfortunately, the beloved fan favorite character, Jamie Lloyd, who was the main character of Halloween 4 and 5, was recast. Due to Jamie being reduced from a central character to a false protagonist, the producers were only willing to pay Harris a basic rate rather than a featured character, making the end salary for her role less than what it would actually cost for her to legally perform it. I personally think that it was a bad choice not to bring back Danielle Harris. I still really enjoyed the performance by J.C. Brandy as Jamie Lloyd, even though the character's role was severely reduced. The relatives of Laurie Strode, Cara, Danny, Tim, Deborah, and John, are living in the Myers house. Although a dysfunctional family, I like the majority of these characters. Marianne Hagen as Cara is my favorite of the family. She's a mother who is looking to protect her son Danny, who hears voices from a dark entity dressed in black. Cara's brother Tim is a stereotypical 90s teenager with a good sense of humor. Their mother Deborah is an absolute sweetheart, but unfortunately, their father John is the opposite. What a dick. In order to save themselves from a demon that spreads sickness and death, the cult places a curse on a child belonging to a family from their tribe. The child is then possessed by Thorn, which gives the child superhuman abilities and causes them to kill their entire family on the night of Samhain, when the Thorn constellation appears. The man in black is revealed to be Terrence Wynn, an old friend of Dr. Loomis who made his first appearance in the original Halloween. Wynn is the leader of the cult and has recruited many of the townspeople. This betrayal is personal. The man Dr. Loomis thought was his friend, the man that he begged for help, turns out to be the root of his problems. Ultimately, the cult plans to put the curse on Danny after Michael makes his final sacrifice, Stephen, ending the Myers family. Both cuts of the film have a lackluster final act in my opinion. And why isn't Terrence Wynn the father of Jamie's baby? Implying that it's Michael's is going a little too far for my taste. I think that the score for the producer's cut from Alan Howarth is easily the best since the first two Halloween films. I love how atmospheric the cult themes sound, and that classic Halloween score is perfectly updated. Halloween 6 oozes fall atmosphere and has some nice callbacks to the original. It's not perfect, but I think that Halloween 6 is far from the worst of the franchise.